Hi Cancer, welcome to Sophquest. My name is Spence. Welcome in if you are new and welcome back if you are a subscriber, and thank you for doing so. I want to say a quick shout out to my friend. I'm going to name her since she's cool with it. Hi Diane, welcome. I am really happy to talk to you. I have to say I was so inspired last week to use this bird message deck, the Winged Enchantment deck, and loved the messages so much that I'm using it again for the last week of Gemini season, honoring the written and spoken word and reading those to you out loud. Okay, so I'm going to pull you a Winged Enchantment card now, Cancer, and we're going to talk about the week of June 14th through the 20th. And we're going to have two things that this week I think that you might want to think about. On the 14th, there is a square, the second of 3 squares for the year of 2021. It is a square between Saturn and Uranus. Saturn, the old grandfather, and Uranus, the teenager. Okay? So it's like, hey, Grandpa, I've got a brand new iPhone. And he's like on his rotary, right? That's what I keep saying. Okay. Owl. I love it. Owl. And we will read that just in just a moment for you. The owl. Gorgeous. Actually, okay, I just wanted to give this a quick shuffle or two, and then I'm going to cut the deck and we'll lay out the cards and read the owl. All right. While I do this, how about you get into a nice, clean mind space where you take 3 cleansing breaths, clean out the cobwebs, blow it out, lower your cortisol, rise up, your serotonin and dopamine levels. Okay, those want to come. And, yep, all right. There we have it. Those are out. So you're going to bring up your serotonin and dopamine levels. Drop your shoulders, press your feet in the ground, relax, and breathe. Makes you feel much better. Lowers the stress. All right, that's good. I'm going to read from the owl first while I also take in your message. So continue your deep breathing for a minute. Relax. Maybe get a drink and settle in. All right, let's read the owl, number 24. For you, Cancer, owl, for the week of June 14th through the 20th, the owl. I am owl. I am the silence of the night. I'm the arrival of mysterious things. I'm the revealer of hidden tracks beneath the snow and ghosts within the psyche. I am the unsettling of darkness, the goddess of death. At times you cannot see me, but I permeate all worlds. My hunting grounds are the soul. You are a skilled listener. You are a well-seasoned traveler of realities. I have been watching your movements and tracking your steps. You're beginning to see beyond the veil and crack the illusions of night, but you must be vigilant and watch your step in the blackness. Take the quiet road and guard your inner world with determined purpose. There is a vast trove of power that will guide you as well as soar into the cosmos. But before you boast of your new winged ally, realize that I am no bringer of easy roads. My path is lonely and requires retreat into the forests of the mind. This is where all awareness begins and where all experience comes home to fulfill its purpose. You are a sober night vision, a master of the shadows. You are at ease in solitude. You are owl. Cancer, I cannot tell you how apropos I think that is to begin the energy of your solar return coming at the end of the week. Cancer, the sign of Cancer, is about our feelings. It is about our emotions, diving deep within and understanding, knowing thyself. And for me, that's what the owl represents, knowing thyself. And sometimes that's a lonely road, going in there and asking ourselves, What do I need to know? What do I need to understand? What do I need to see? The owl sees, right? I get that. And I think that this is going to be a deep and meaningful solar return for you coming just in about a week. So that will begin on the 20th, and then the day after, the summer solstice. So it's a pivotal and important time for you, Cancer. This last vestige, this last week of Gemini season is going to have you thinking a lot. Gemini is your 12th house. The things that have been unsaid and undone and misunderstood, or at least somewhere deep in the dark forest that we haven't gotten to see yet. But Gemini opens your brain and helps you dig in there and see. And it usually comes through the triggers of our feelings. So let's talk about that for a second, because at the beginning of the week we are going to have a square that could be a little triggery, right? We've got Saturn, grumpy grandpa, making us work really hard for things, and Uranus, that rebellious teenager who comes in and says, no, I'm going to invent a hoverboard. Grandpa's like, I walked 20 miles in the snow to get to school. And the teenager says, yeah, well, I have a hoverboard. It's just that. It's just two clashing ways of seeing the world. And that is happening for all of us right now, with these transits happening in 2021. All right, Cancer, for you this week, looking at your spread, you have come to the end of a particular way of allowing yourself to think about taking on the burdens of others. The burdens of others. I'm saying that because of the combination of cards that I'm looking at, not to mention the owl. I think you see people. I think that you see their issues. I think that you can feel their feelings very often. And I think that weighs heavy on you, right? You have the Ten of Wands. But on the bottom of the deck, which is kind of the underlying thing happening right now, you also have the Ten of Swords. Someone has definitely hurt you with what they have said. And at this point, they're probably avoiding you with the Seven of Swords underneath the avoidance. And you're just fine with that, Nine of Cups. Because the truth is, you've decided, another card on the bottom of the deck, to each his own. But it definitely hurts. I say that because the first card is the Three of Swords, and this is the heartbreak card. And you've been really going over your heartbreak, the Seven of Cups, looking in each cup and saying, how is it exactly that I feel about this? Because in one moment I feel this way, in another I feel this way. I have empathy for them, I have understanding and compassion, but in another breath, why can't they have compassion for me? The Seven of Cups is a state of confusing feelings. And because of that, because we're not sure how we feel, we get to choose. A lot of people say that this is a card of options, right? But there's still cups, there's still water, there's still feelings. Yes, you have the opportunity to decide, I'm going to just feel positive about this. I'm going to be hopeful, and I'm going to call this whoever up and say, hi, let's talk, right? And that might happen with the Page of Wands. Hi, how you doing? I've got good news. I just got a new dog. I just got a new car. I just wanted to say hi. I know, when we've talked, we're not on the same page about things, but, that could happen. But whatever you talk about, or however this message comes in or goes out, if it's from you, you have deep and confusing feelings about the relationship, okay? They have definitely hurt you in the past with their words, and you may have also hurt them with yours. Because I'm seeing, the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Swords, so that is not a pleasant exchange. Now this happens to all of us, Cancer. It's not just you, okay? We all go through it. And in Mercury Retrograde, a lot of things can be said or unsaid. If this happened before Mercury Retrograde, you might not be talking at all. That's possible. Okay. But a message comes in. This Page of Wands to me is a positive message. That's how I see it. And I think it's a new understanding because the Ten of Wands is underneath it. You can't take any more, you cannot process it inside anymore as burdensome. It's time for you to actually integrate the truth without it burdening you. Going from the Ten of Wands of, oh, every time I try to talk to this person, to, you know, we've all got our opinions. And just looking out at the vast vista and not letting it get to you. That's, I think, what this is about, these two tens. You're done, done. Carrying other people's burdens and letting it hurt you. Because you have, underneath in the second row here, the King of Swords, the decision maker, about the Four of Cups. No, I don't want any more of that feeling. Right? The cups are the feelings. The cup that's being offered is a cup of love. You're not sure you can trust it. You're like, I don't know if I want that. Now, what if you just decided to have a little small talk? Because to me, the Page of Wands can often be small talk. You could get along if you just engage in small talk. Okay, it doesn't have to go any deeper than that. That's okay, Cancer. For now, especially starting your season, you're going to be emotional. You're going to be sensitive. You don't want to end up feeling like this, so keep it light and breezy, okay? And if they try to offer like an apology that is really encased in more of a defense, then you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, we don't need to go there, okay? Really, honestly, I'm just exhausted by that, and I've made the decision, you know, that we're just gonna hurt each other if we continue talking about it, so let's not. Under that, the lowest, Mercury Retrograde, the last line horizontally, we have the Queen of Wands, we have the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. Okay. So you've asked the universe, you've prayed or you've thought about it, and you've considered how you actually want to feel about this relationship. How do I want to feel? Do I want to feel empowered? Do I want to feel respect, a sense of self-respect? Right? You have a right to feel how you feel. You have a right to think what you think. You have a right to be who you are. But so do they. Right? So you get that. That's when you look inside and you're asking for guidance, and the guidance shows you the truth. Right? The hermit always goes out into the desert or up a mountain because he can't have any other distractions. He needs to see the truth for what it is. And he's looking in the lantern and he's seeing the star. The guidance. You have self-confidence about what this has been about for you. Okay? Because you've decided with the swords. You're going to move on. You're moving past negativity. You're moving forward to calmer waters where you are not going to carry this any longer. It does not have to be a burden anymore. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say to some Cancers with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords, you may actually end the relationship with a person. Okay? If it's family, then I would say probably not. You're just going to start over with this person, and it's just going to be a little bit easier and lighter and not so deep and not so combative. You're just going to live and let live. If this is romantic, I don't see this as a romantic relationship. Honestly, this week I do not. But if you are one of the people out there that this is a romantic relationship, I don't like that combination under the deck. This person hurt you, maybe even kept things from you was maybe dishonest or is saying things about you that feel dishonest, and you just don't want to deal with that. If that's you, if that's your story. If it is not, please understand these readings, you know, they're general. If I say something that does not resonate with your life, that you do not know to be true, then that message is not for you. The messages that are meant for you are the ones that make you go, oh. And then you know that that message is for you, okay? All right, so now vertically, you know, the Three of Swords, King of Swords, you're just like, I need to take my heart out of this and get into my head and make a decision in Gemini season during Mercury retrograde, going back and forth over all the words that were said and all of the hurt, every sword in my back, ouch, 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 over and over, and decide. I'm going to make a decision. I love me. I'm okay with me. I'm confident being me. And I can be the best of myself, my positive self, if I simply stop getting so confused as to why this person doesn't agree with me or love me or approve of me or whatever. Decide that what they offer me when it comes to relationship is something I should probably be wary of because I've learned the lesson so many times. Maya Angelou, when people show you who they are, believe them. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to hate them. You don't have to, you know, exile them from your life necessarily. Now, if you're in a situation where that is unsafe or toxic to the point of abuse, then of course, I will always say the same thing to anyone in those situations. Take care of yourself. Get yourself in a safe place. But I don't think that that's the case. If that's maybe for one person, I don't think it's for most people at all. I honestly, maybe one person. Okay. But confused and apathetic and not really wanting to engage with this person. That's why you're hermiting. You don't, you know, you're trying to look at the relationship for the truth and asking for guidance. What do I do about this, right? Because, ouch. So, Cancer. Because you're coming into your season, and you will have enlightenment during that time, I think right now you need to ask yourself how you want to feel. Do you want to feel peaceful? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel happy? Do you want to feel enjoyment? Do you want to feel positive? Because if you do, you can move on from it. You have everything you need to move on from it. These swords in the boat represent the lesson learned. You've decided, okay, there are 6 swords in the boat. The 5 swords represent the conflict, and the 6th sword is the Ace of Swords, the truth, the aha moment, the yes, the I know what to do. So he takes the 6th sword, he gets in a boat and uses it to row himself out of the conflict. This is choosing to do it differently, to move away from the conflict, because you've really, really thought about it. And you're confident, you know how you feel about this, okay? Cancer, I wish you kindness, reverence, and gratitude. Please remember that wisdom is not always comfortable. Knowing in a deep way, seeing in the dark, it just teaches us what we need to be mindful of and how to protect ourselves and how, you know, how to be the hunter, not the hunted. Don't let people do this to you, Cancer. Okay, decide that you are worthy of making your own mind up, that you don't have to be heartbroken by it anymore. Okay? I wish you the best, and I will see you next week, and we'll talk again then. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for inspiring me, Diane. I appreciate you so much. Take care.